There's one light and then there's one dark. Where's the one for us brown people? Hey guys, today's video, if you haven't guessed it already, is going to be a haul. I've been meaning to do this haul for about 3 months now. Who's counting? I picked up a couple of products over the last few months and I just wanted to share them with you guys and give you some of my thoughts on the ones that I've used. I did use some of these products on my face today. If you want to see the products that I bought, then please keep watching. As with all my hauls, I'm going to be doing this in the way that I do my face. So I'm going to start with face products and then go to eyes and lips because I like some order in my life. And I'm a bit of a control freak, so let's start with the skincare. The first thing I bought is the Vitamin Rich Face Base by Bobbi Brown. If you've been a subscriber of my channel, you know that I love this stuff. This is still in the box because I haven't used it yet, but I've been through maybe 4 of these, I don't know. This is such good stuff. It's a really nice thing to use first thing in the morning when you're moisturizing your face. It works really nicely under makeup and it's got some good ingredients in it, so it's good for your skin. I love vitamin C in my skincare, especially my moisturizers, because it's really brightening and it helps with hyperpigmentation. I don't have a lot of pigmentation, but I do have a few dark patches and I feel like this brightens them. It just makes my skin look a bit more alive and glowy and I just really enjoy using this. I actually bought this because this was on sale. I can't remember why it was on sale, but I picked this up because it was on sale. I normally have it delivered to the Debenhams near my house, but that got closed down. So I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I told my family group chat, I was like, who is near a Debenhams? I need to pick this product up. And that was actually just before Christmas. And my sister remembered that and she went and she bought me one. So now I have 2. That's okay because I go through these so quickly, and she picked one up for herself because she copies me all the time and she doesn't want to admit it. I've been trying to find a dupe for it, but I just can't seem to find something with good ingredients that actually works like this works on my skin. This is definitely worth it. I absolutely think that you should be spending more money on your skincare than on your makeup. Drugstore makeup these days is really good enough to be able to get what you need for people of our skin tones at a cheaper price. But with skincare, if you go for something which is a bit more affordable, there's more likely to be fillers and stuff in there. Next thing I bought was this MAC Prep and Prime Essential Oils. I like the grapefruit and chamomile. There are other ones, I don't think they do anything different, but the MAC oils are so nice for people with dry skin or dehydrated skin like mine. I love using this mixed in with my foundations. I feel like it gives me a really nice base, and then I put like other stuff on top of it and it just all melts in together really nicely. It creates a really dewy kind of look. I really like the dewy look, so that's my personal preference, so you do you. This is just a small little bottle, comes out like this and it has a little dropper so you can mix a few drops in however suits you. But this is my second bottle. I love this stuff. I haven't finished my first one, so I've still kept it in the packaging. What I really like about this one is that I find that other oils, when I mix them into my foundation, it kind of changes the color a tiny bit to a tiny bit darker. This doesn't change the color of the foundation, it just changes the consistency, which is what I like. I find that foundations for me are a tiny bit on the thicker side and I don't really like the way that they're too full coverage sometimes. I really like a sheer coverage. Like today I didn't use this one. What I did use today are 2 new products that I bought from a brand in the States. This is a makeup artist called Sonia Roselli and she creates really nice skin prep items to use in preparation for when you're doing makeup, and it's something so different. It's basically like Tatcha. It's made in Japan, I believe. Yeah, made in Japan, so it has that kind of new technology where it kind of absorbs into your skin really nicely and gives you that really nice dew that other primers and other brands don't do. The reason I love these and her skin prep is because it absorbs right into the skin and there's no residue left on top, which is the problem that I have with a lot of primers, which is why I don't tend to use primers. But this stuff is so good. This is the water oil and this is the water elixir. This is basically a water and oil, I believe, and it's there to absorb into your skin, so you've got a really nice base to work with. And then I believe the water elixir is to mix in with foundations, other products, just to thin out the consistency like the MAC oil. But this is slightly different. It's got like a different kind of texture. This makes my foundation like almost watery, almost like MAC face and body style foundation, which I find almost is too sheer. So the way that I like to use this is I like to put this on first and then I like to put this on top top, and then I like to put my foundation just so I can control how much goes on and where. I really have enjoyed using this. I use this on my clients as well, and I've just seen the way that their skin transforms. It just looks like they're glowing from within. Next, moving on to base, I got the Hollywood Flawless Filter for Superstar Youth Glow. This was actually given to me as a gift for Christmas. I know, I'm so delayed in sharing this with you guys. It is so good. I didn't think I needed this. I thought this was just like a fad, you know, like the primers, and I'm just not into the primers, but this is kind of like a dewy base, kind of like a foundation mixed together. So I could probably wear this by itself and then put a bit of concealer on, and my skin looks like it's glowing from within. I have this on today. I just like spread it all out over the center on the high points, and then I put foundation on top, like a really thin layer, but you can see it kind of coming through, and it looks really dewy, kind of like an angel. I don't know, it just gives me a really nice dewy base. I love the way this looks on my skin. I've been using this so much. I got the color Tan. Now this comes off a tiny bit more warm than my skin tone, but the reason I like that is because I'm using it as a base. What you can do is get a color which is slightly lighter than your skin tone and use it on top of your foundation as a liquid highlighter if that's what you want. What I wanted to do is have a really nice dewy base, and for me, I need to go with something with a bit more warmer because I have so many colors in my skin that if I go with something too light, it's going to look too grey. So this is the perfect thing. It's going to make me look glowy and dewy without having too much product on, and this is exactly what I wanted, but I didn't know I wanted this. It's so good. If you haven't tried this out, give it a go. You won't know what you were doing before you got this in your life, I can promise you. Next, I picked up a couple of concealers which I didn't think I would do. There were so many highly raved concealers the past couple of months, I just had to give it a go. The first one I'm going to talk about is the MAC Studio can't talk today. Studio Fix 24 Hour Smooth Wear Concealer. I got the colour NC42, which is my colour. I find that this is different to the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I think that that's a tiny bit more peachier and a bit more warmer than this one. But this one is a tiny bit more brighter, and it's got the wand. And I also feel like this has a bit of a thinner consistency, so you can get a really nice no makeup look if that's what kind of thing you like doing. I put it on today. I actually put it on twice because I wanted a fuller coverage. I just feel like it looks so nice on the skin. It looks so good on the eyes. It looks so natural as well. Even though I've applied it twice, it doesn't look like I'm wearing too much concealer, and that's the way that I like my makeup to look. I like it to look like myself but better. Even when I'm doing full glam looks, I don't like to go too aggressive under the eyes. I feel like that's like a dead giveaway for like a really cakey look, and it's just not the kind of look that I like going for. This concealer is really beautiful. I really underestimated this because I love the Pro Longwear so much. That's just been my go-to for so many years. This one is really good if you're looking for a new concealer that you can multi-use in different kind of looks. So like if you're going for something a bit more simpler, if you're going for something a bit more full glam, this will do the job for you, and it's so easy to use. There's not much more to say about this. The shade range in this is so good. There's so many colors to choose from. I actually used it on the pigmentation I have here, and it covered it up really nicely and didn't add any extra layers. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. Next, I picked up this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. Now this was really hyped up a couple of months ago, and I was just not impressed because all the reviews I saw, it didn't really give me an in-depth view onto how this would look, especially on people of my skin tone. And then I went into store and I just felt like the color selection wasn't that great. I feel like that about a lot of brands. I feel like the color selection, even though there are so many colors, there's not enough range in the medium. Like there's so many different skin tones and colors in the medium skin tone range, but there's not enough foundations, concealers, or any base products that fit that middle range. And I feel like although for the drugstore this is really good because they have a really wide range of colors, I just feel like I expect more from these brands now. I just don't want it to be like the same kind of range. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I just feel like there should be more colors, especially in the medium range, because there's so many different undertones. You've got olive, pink, golden. There's like so many different undertones, and then there's like 4 shades, and it just doesn't work. I know that a lot of people like Jackie Anna, they really push for deeper shades, and that's because there are none. And even though there are options for brown skin tone like mine, it doesn't mean that it's the right option. Do you know what I mean? And I see so many people who go for their skin color but not the right skin tone because it's not available. Anyway, after all that, this color does actually fit me. me. But the reason I'm mentioning the colour range is because one of my followers on Instagram tried the colour and it doesn't suit her at all, and I just felt like the one darker wouldn't suit her either. Anyway, aside from the colour, the formula is actually quite nice. A lot of people compared this to the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I just felt like it's not exactly like that. It's similar in a way that it's full coverage and it looks the same because it's got such a big doe foot applicator, but it's such a different formula. Like, it's a bit more dewy in my opinion. I feel like I can get away with wearing this, whereas the Tarte Shape Tape, I can't wear that just on its own because I feel like it can be too drying. I wear that on top of something else, but I'll talk about that in another video. Anyway, this one is a really nice concealer. If you can find your shade, it's definitely worth the hype in my opinion, but I just wish there were more shades. The third concealer I bought is one that I was so excited about. It's the Fenty Beauty Instant Retouch Concealer in the shade 250. So the reason I was excited about this was because the way that Fenty had marketed their concealer is it matched the foundation. So in the foundation I'm 250, in the concealer I bought 250, and I feel like they tried to bring back the natural kind of concealer look. On Instagram in particular, it was going out of control. Like, people were using shades which were 10 shades too light for their skin tone, and they were using contours and bronzers which were too dark, and they tried to blend it and it doesn't look the best in my opinion. But Fenty brought it back to its original kind of use as a concealer, which was to basically be a foundation but a bit more pigmented and just be the right color for your skin tone. I love this color so much. This is like the MAC Pro Longwear kind of color for me. It's got enough yellow peach in there that's going to correct my under eyes, and it's going to brighten it enough, but it's not going to create such a white cast under your eye, which I've seen so many times, and I just hope that people can stop doing that because it doesn't look so great on camera. It looks amazing because it's the way that you can photograph those kind of looks is the way of using light and shade to create that kind of look, but in real life it doesn't look good. I don't use that on any of my clients, I don't use that on myself. All the pictures and the videos that I do, I don't over highlight and over contour. The idea behind this concealer is exactly what I believe in. It should be just the right color for your skin tone. It should make you look brighter and just more refreshed. The downfall for me for this concealer is that it's quite drying, and the formula is not easy to use in the sense that it's like the foundation, so it dries down really quickly, so you have to put it on and blend it out really quickly. And then I find that for me, because I'm dry, if I powder this concealer it looks really dry. If you have oily skin, this would be so beautiful on you if you set it nicely, but for somebody with dry skin it doesn't really look that great. I've tried it in so many ways. I've tried to use a tiny bit of an oil, which is the best way that I've found to use. If I mix this with oil and then put it on my under eye, it looks so beautiful. But using it like a normal concealer, if I powder it, it looks too dry. If I don't powder it, it creases like no other on my under eye. I just don't enjoy using it that way. The best way I found that it works for me is spot concealing. It's not enough for me to love this product, so although I love the idea behind it, I'm not the biggest fan of this concealer. I love the color though. You love some? You don't love some? Next, this. I've been wanting to try this out for so long, and I swatched this so many times in store, and I picked it up, I put it down, I picked it up, I put it down, I swatched it, I went home, I came back to the store, swatched it, went home, and I just couldn't get myself to buy it because it's so expensive for what it is. This is the Hollywood Contour Wand in Fair Medium. I didn't want to love this stuff, but I do love this stuff. It's so easy to blend. It's just typical Charlotte Tilbury, perfect product, really nice. It gives you really nice contour. It's so light. You know how you can put a lot of contour and then it's difficult to blend? This is not like that. You put it on and you feel like you put too much on, but it blends away into nothing, and you look like J-Lo with this on. It's so pretty, but like I said, the only downfall is that it's so expensive. Of course it's worth it, but is it worth spending that much money on this? I don't know. Another thing I don't like about it is there are only 2 shades. This is fair and it works on me. So it works on like really fair skin tones to me, and then there's a darker one which goes from like a bit darker than me to really dark. But there's only 2 shades. Come on, ma'am, Charlotte, you're gonna have to give us more than that. I don't know, but I do really enjoy using this. I look so good. with this on. Charlotte Tilbury base products are one of the best base products ever created. Like, she gets it so well. The only problem is the variety of colors is not that great. Like the contour and highlight palette, there's one light and then there's one dark. Where's the one for us brown people? I've just gone in and swatched that light one and the dark one so many times. I like the contour from the dark one, but I like the highlight from the light one. Why aren't they sold separately? Like, I want to buy it. This next product has been on my wish list for about 75 million years, and this is the Hourglass Illume Sheer Color Trio in Sunset. It's got a bronze, a blush, and a highlight, and it is probably the most beautiful thing in the world that has ever existed. It works so well on my skin tone. I'm wearing it today. I've got the bronze, and then I've got the blush, and then I've got the highlight, and it doesn't even look like it's too much. It doesn't look anything. It doesn't look like anything on my skin. It just looks so beautifully perfect, and it blends so nicely, and it's long lasting. Considering it's a cream products don't really tend to last long, especially in hot climates, but I found that this lasts so long and it's so beautiful. I was a bit cautious. I picked up this product because two people, Raw Beauty Christy and Samantha Ravendell, they both rave about this product, and I just thought these two Caucasian girls are raving about this product and I want it, but I'm brown. Is it going to work on me? And then I went on YouTube and I tried to look at so many different videos, and I just found nothing that would fit me. I found so many dark skin girls, so many medium skin girls, but no one Indian and brown like me used this product and tried it on. So I just didn't buy it because there's no way of me swatching this. So when I went back to London, I went and swatched this and I was just like, yeah, I'm getting this. And I've been using it so often. It's such a cute little palette. A little goes a long way, and it's so easy to travel with as well. It's so perfect for our skin tone. It looks like ice cream. I just want to eat it. Another thing I like about this is if you're heavy handed, you can go in with a beauty blender. This is what I did. I just took the back of the beauty blender, popped it into here, and then blended it all into my foundation and my base. It looks so pretty. Like, look at that glow. This is another product on top, but the base glow of this is this, like all over my forehead, on my upper lip, all around here, the bronzer, the blush, all of this. I highly recommend this product. Next is a product that I've been eyeing up for so long, and I just couldn't buy it because they only had one shade, I believe, and it was recommended by Kathleen Lights for so long, and I've been wanting to try it, and I was just like, no, I can't do it because she does not look like me, and if it works on her, it's not going to work on me. But then they came out with a darker shade range, and I am deep in this, so you can imagine that they have a lot more work to do. But this is the Butter Bronzer, yes, which I am in love with. It smells so delicious. Oh my god, it just smells like coconut. It's so amazing. It doesn't even look like much in the pan. It looks really cool and far too light for my bronzer, but I've just put it on the edges of my cheeks, like up here, and contoured a tiny bit with it as well. It's cool enough that you can contour with it. It's not fully matte. It gives like a kind of sheen to it, which gives a really nice bronzy glow. I literally look like JLo when I wear this, so yeah, I love it. If I have to compare this to anything, it will be like the Marc Jacobs Tantric bronzer and the Hoola bronzer, but those two are matte and this one has a tiny bit of sheen to it, so that's the only difference. This is definitely up there as one of my favorite bronzers. Even though I recently purchased it, it's so good. And if you've been looking at this and you want to buy it and you've got my skin tone, NC 40 to 42, this will definitely work on you. It's not going to be like a really sun-kissed bronzer. It's just going to add some warmth to your face, so it looks like you have a bit more dimension. When I use this, I don't tend to contour because it gives me that kind of shadow, but it's so beautiful. You must try this out. Next, I want to quickly move on to an under eye powder, which I've been eyeing up for years and years, but I just didn't buy because I've been using the Soft Focus from MAC, and I just feel like that works really nicely. And then I saw so many people use this, and I was like, I really want to try it, but it's not just one of those things that you can try and be like, oh, I don't like it, I'm just going to keep it at the side. It's expensive. It's Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in medium. It is beautiful. It's like a yellowy kind of base, and I've got this under my eyes. I put a tiny bit around my nose as well, just to brighten that area. This is so nice because normally with powders, once I've put all my face on and then I go out, and if I need to top up, I'll put a tiny bit of a spray on and then I'll re-powder my face. But with this, you can just go in straight with the powder. It doesn't make it cakey. It doesn't add any kind of texture. It just blurs your pores and it looks like you were born without pores. It just looks beautiful around your nose. My nose is like the worst part of my face when it comes to makeup. It's the part that tells all my secrets. It's the part that my makeup breaks down the easiest on. If I'm testing anything and I need to know if it's going to work through thick and thin, my nose is where I test everything and I see how long it lasts. This makes that area look so good. Like, I can't even describe it because it's so good. It's a finishing powder, but I use it on the high point of my face and just under my eyes, and then when I want to go in, I'll just add a tiny bit more on top, like so, and it just re-brightens the area up without looking extra. Can you see that? I don't know what this woman does with her products, but they all come out so good. The only downfall of this is that there are only 3 shades. There's 1 light, 2 medium and 3 dark. This is medium. I don't know why there's such a limited shade range, and it's disappointing, and I don't know why no one talks about that, but that's the only thing that this brand needs to improve on, is their shade range. Next is something really exciting. This is a collaboration with a brand. I didn't pick this up the first time round because I thought it looked ashy on my skin. It's a highlighter. It is the ABH and Almrazy highlighter. I freaking love this stuff. This is so beautiful. It's such a nice golden shade. That's the true color of it. Oh, that's the true color. I thought it'd be too ashy because it suits Almrazy's skin tone really nicely, and I just didn't think it would look that great on my skin tone. I thought it'd be too much of a power highlight because that's the kind of look she gives off, and that's great on her, but on me, I just look like Tin Man, and I don't like the look of it on me. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but this powder, this is not even a powder, it's like a jelly kind of powder. There's no fallout, no nothing. It's just a really nice highlight. Look at that. It looks like it's part of your skin. It doesn't look like it's sitting on top like some other powders can look like. This is by far one of my favorite highlights I've ever purchased. It looks so good on the skin. It's just so sad that it's limited edition, and it should come in more than 1 color because this formula is incredible. I bought this for my sister because she wanted a highlight, and I thought, oh, this would be a really nice gift for her, and then I swatched it and I was like, oh, what is this? Where did you come from? And I just had to pick one up for myself, so I'm so glad I finally bought it. I think you can still get hold of these. If you can, I would highly recommend getting it before it goes out of stock again because it is that good. Next is another highlighter. This is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in Be My Light. Of course, I got this from Kathleen Lights. She raves about this all the damn time. So this is an example of a highlighter that I bought online, and I thought it might work on me because I bought the ABH one and that worked really nicely. So I thought, this might work as well. So I bought this one, and no, this does not want to work on me. It's kind of, I don't know if you can see it, it's really white. It's a nice formula, but it's far too white to go on my skin tone. I feel like it makes my skin look ashy. With the ABH one, it's got like golden tinge to it, but this one, although it looks like it's got a color to it, it doesn't have that much color. It looks so pretty on people with fair skin. So I might actually pass this one on because I don't know if I'll get use out of this one. It's disappointing because I love finding highlights from the drugstore which work on my skin tone. One that I did find, I think last year, was what was that one called by Maybelline? Molten Gold. It works so beautifully, and I was just hoping that this would be the same kind of thing, and it does. It's a beautiful formula, but it just doesn't work so good on me, which is sad, but life must go on. So my battery died, and I thought I would put it on charge, take Koala out for a walk, have some food, come back and carry on filming. So I did that. I came back and I thought I had put my battery back on charge, but I hadn't plugged the charger in. Yay! So here we are today, the next day, and this is why I look slightly different. I tried to put on the same kind of products on, so I didn't look so different, but I am using a different lip color. I'm using something different on the eyes. They're all new things as well, which are part of this video, so I thought I would wear some of the other things that I got. So where did we leave off? I think the last thing was the highlighter. The next thing I bought was a blush. This blush I've been dying to buy for so long. I didn't buy it because I already have Copper Tone by MAC and they're a similar shade. The one I picked up was Gingerly by MAC. I know it's quite similar to Copper Tone, but It's more pinky and peachy, and it just looks really nice on my skin tone. I'm wearing it today. I've just got a really light layer on. I always go in and then leave, and I go back and I leave and I go back, and I always swatch this in MAC. So I thought I'm just going to pick this up and give it a go, and I've been using it non-stop ever since I bought it. It's such a good color. I know it looks like nothing in the pan, but it's so pretty on our skin. If you're looking for a new blush, something you can wear with every day and something you can amp up for the evening, I would highly recommend this one. Next, I picked up two setting sprays. They are both by e.l.f. Cosmetics. This one is the Dewy Setting Mist, and then I've got the Matte Magic Mist and Set. This one is more of a matte finish, and this one is more of a dewy finish, obviously. I was really drawn to this one because I love dewy finishes. It's just my favorite kind of makeup look to do over matte, but I find that all the matte ones that I've used haven't been really matte. They just tone down the dewiness that you get from a dewy setting spray. I don't have that much of an opinion about it because I haven't used them that much. The only thing I would say is that this Dewy Setting Mist spray, I don't know if you can see it, the droplets are so big. It just splats droplets all over my face. It's not nice because once I've sprayed this on, I have to go in and blend all those droplets out with a beauty blender, so that's not the best thing. But what I've been doing recently is I just spray it onto a beauty blender, actually go a lot closer, and I basically soak it a tiny bit. This is after my foundation application, and I'll just go in and I'll pat it all over my foundation and concealer. It will make those areas set really nicely. I'm just going to go over now and put it on top of my highlight areas, and as you can see, it gives a really nice dew. This looks really pretty on people with like dry and dehydrated skin like mine. I just don't like looking matte ever, so if you prefer the matte look, then maybe this one isn't for you. I really like the formula of this one so far, but I don't like the way it sprays. This one, I haven't used it enough to have an opinion about it yet, so I will try this one out more and I will let you know how it goes. Another setting spray that I picked up is one that I love. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I've been using this so much. I have one for my personal and one for my kit because it's that good, and it's drugstore, so it's affordable. It makes my makeup last so nicely, and once I spray it on, it just melts the powders in so effortlessly, and it looks so natural on your skin. I really enjoy this one, and I got this as a backup to the one that's almost finished in my personal kit. Next, I picked up the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I've been using this for about a year now, or not this one, but I've been using these for about a year now, and I really like them because it's a really fine pencil. This is the one I'm currently using, so it's got a pencil on one side and a spoolie on the other side, just like the Brow Wiz. The pencil is really fine. You get really nice thin strokes, and it looks like real hair when you're putting it on. I've got it on my eyebrows today. I just use the spoolie to brush up the hairs, and I'll just fill in the sparse areas. I have the color Espresso, and I feel like it's a tiny bit warm because my hair is like practically black, but it's quite nice because it doesn't make your eyebrows look too harsh. The only thing is, if I go in really hard with this, you can see that brown color come through, so I tend not to use it too much when I want to create a really structured brow. I use this day to day where I know that I just want a fluffy brow look and I want it to look natural and nice and, you know, not too overpowering. Next, I'm going to show you some of the palettes that I picked up, and it's actually quite a range. No, I picked up two and I was gifted one. The one that I picked up was the Wet n Wild New Comfort palette. Now, I've been dying to try this out because it's such a highly rated palette and it's been around for quite a while. So the old ones only had these 8 shadows in the middle, and now this is the new improved formula. It's the new version, and they've added 2 matte shades here. I know they look quite warm, but on the eye it doesn't look so orange and red. It actually looks like a really nice browny warm transition color, and I've tried this and I love it. I will put up a picture here somewhere of the look that I did. I don't know if I filmed this, I can't remember, but I will probably do a tutorial with this as well, because there are so many people who say to me, hey Sim, I really want to buy an eyeshadow palette, but I don't want to spend so much money on one. I just want one that works and create quick looks, and I think this is one of those ones because it's just such a good quality palette, especially for the drugstore, and I think it's like a couple of dollars as well. So I highly recommend checking this out if you want to buy a palette but you don't want to spend too much. It's got a really nice row of neutrals here, and it's got some fun pops of colors at the top. This one here, this green, is such a pretty color. It's got like a red undertone. It looks so good, especially with this transition color in the crease. It looks so pretty. I've tried this brown on the eyes as well. It's really nice. Check this out if you're looking to buy an affordable palette. Next, I got this palette from Huda Beauty. It is the Ruby Obsessions palette. This was given to me as a gift, and I've never really been into these small palettes. I don't know why. I love the look of them, but I've never picked any up. So I was really excited to receive this one. This one has a red color story, and I really love reds and purples at the moment. The only thing I would change about this is probably these two shades. Even though they're different finishes, they look quite similar on the eye. So I probably, if it was me, I would add another neutrally brown shade just to balance it out a tiny bit. But all of these shades here, these shimmery shades, are so pretty on the eye. This one looks quite orange, but it actually comes across as a really nice warm toned transition color. It doesn't look too orangey and peachy. I actually used this in the look that I did yesterday, so at the beginning of the video, this is what I was using on the eyes. It's so handy because it's such a small palette as well. It's got a mirror, you can travel with it. It's so cute. I think I might check out the Smoky Obsessions because I'm really drawn to that. The last palette I picked up is the Colourpop and Kathleen Light's Dream Street palette. Now this one is not a new palette, and I have been umming and ahhing about this for so long because when you open it, it doesn't look like something that different. I felt like I had these colours in my collection already, but Colourpop have a really different formula, and it's so easy to work with, and they're really pretty colours. I can't believe it took me this long to pick this up. I'm gonna have a look at some of the other Colourpop eyeshadow palettes because I really enjoyed using this one. I love the pops of colours, especially the green. They are my favourite. This one here, Kaleidoscope, is so unique to my collection. This is the one I've got on my eyes today. I've got Shooting Star all over my eye, and then I've got Elfish along my lash line and along the lower lash line, and then I put Moony onto my inner corner. It's just a really simple look, and it just looks so pretty. If you can get a hold of this palette, I would definitely recommend it. It's so affordable as well. Next, I picked up this Kevyn Aucoin Diamond Eye Gloss in Moonlight. I've been looking at this for so many years. It's basically like a gloss but for your eyes, so you can create really nice, I don't think you can see it here. Oh my god, why do I swatch stuff like this? I do it on the back of my hand, there you go. You see that little shine? It's basically a gloss for your eyes, and I've been wanting to do some really nice editorial looks for my portfolio, and I even want to try it on myself as well just to see what it looks like. I think it's really fun, and you can also use it like on your lips and on your high points of your cheek, and it just gives a really beautiful shine. And it's something so different because I've tried it with other things like Vaseline and Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream. This has a tiny bit of a silvery kind of glitter in there, which those don't have. That's just plain jelly formula, but this one has those shimmers, so it's going to reflect really nicely in the lights, especially if it's caught really nicely by the photographer. So I'm really excited to try this out in a photo shoot. Next, I picked up a bunch of the Dose of Colours Block Party eyeshadows. I picked up Heart of Gold, Lock and Key, and Teal Me More. I can't remember where I bought them from. They were on sale somewhere, but I picked them up because I've been looking at Lock and Key for so long. It's just such a nice shimmery eyeshadow. I wear these kind of deep browns all the time. It's got like gold reflex in there. Can you see it? Dose of Colours do really good eyeshadows, so I was really excited about these when I saw them. They look beautiful in all the pictures that I've seen. This one is Heart of Gold. Look how nice that looks in the pan. Ooh, look at that. This is going to go really nicely with all those Indian outfits. It's not shiny gold, it's kind of like a slightly antique-y, slightly dirty. It looks so good. And the last one I picked up is Teal Me More. Really pretty teal colour. It's got like a purpley kind of tinge to it. I don't know if you can see it. It's got like blues and purples. Ooh! It's like a mermaid colour. It's exactly how I would imagine mermaid eyeshadow to look like. Look at that. Do you guys have any of these Block Party shadows? I really wanted to get more, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to get them because I never tried the formula before. But now that I've swatched them, they do look really nice. I actually thought Lock and Key would be like a little bit less gold and have a bit more like browns and pinks in there. Another eyeshadow that I got, a single eyeshadow, is the one from Hourglass. It's called the Scattered Light Glittered Eyeshadow in the colour Smoke. This is so nice. It's kind of like a cool tone, smoky, pewtery color. Like, I can't describe it. It's just so nice. When I put it on top of any other colors, it just brings it to life. Can you see it? It's this one right here. also this one up here. It looks so pretty, like especially when I've got a brown smoky eye and I just pop this onto the center of the lid. It looks so good. It's got like a tinge of rose gold to it. Next, I picked up a couple of mascaras. I picked up some new ones from Rimmel because I really like the formula of Rimmel mascaras, and the one that I use, where is it? Rimmel Scandalize. I believe it's been discontinued, which is sad because I absolutely love that formula. It's so good, and I think Scandalize Reloaded is the one that they created in its place. I don't love it as much as the normal Scandalize, but it's okay. It doesn't lengthen my eyelashes as much, and I just feel like it just coats them. It doesn't make them look thicker or longer. It just makes them look black. I don't know if I love it as much as the old one, but I'm going to keep trying this one and see how it works out. The other one, Scandalize Wow Wings, is actually the one that I'm wearing right now. It looks so good. It makes my lashes look longer, and it makes my lashes look so much thicker than they actually are. The applicator of the Scandalize Reloaded is the same as the other one, if you can see. It's a really firm and fat brush handle, but the Wow Wings, there's such a different brush handle here. It's got like a bit of a thick side on one side, and then on the other side, on the bottom, you can see that it kind of makes a lash shape, so it follows the lashes and you can get right in at the outer corners. It's so good. I've been really enjoying using this one, especially when I'm going out for the evening. I just want my lashes to look really dramatic, but I don't want to use false lashes. This is what I go for. The other one I picked up is the Maybelline Total Temptations mascara, which I haven't opened yet, so I can't really say much about this, but I've heard so many good reviews about this. I cannot wait to try this one. Let me know in the comments down below if you have tried it and what your thoughts are on this one. I'd love to know. And then finally, I picked up this from Lancome. It's the Montreal Big Mascara, and it's got the eye pencil in there, and it's got bifacil remover, which I really like. It's so good at removing waterproof mascara, waterproof anything. It's so cute, and it's such a nice size as well. I love using this size because it's so easy to travel with. This mascara I've used once, and it makes your lashes look so long and so thick. It's really nice mascara. I love it so much. Here's the bifacil. It's really cute and little. It's so good for traveling. And then it comes with the Lancome Kohl. It's so cute and little. You get all of this for the price of the mascara, so I thought, why not? Next, I picked up this from ABH. This is just their pencil sharpener. I've heard so many good things about it, and I needed a new one, so I picked this one up. It's been doing me really well. It's such a good sharpener, and it's so handy as well. It doesn't shave my pencils too much. It just makes them really nice and sharp, just like a sharpener should. And I got it in the sale, so that makes it a million times better. Lastly, I want to move on to lips. The first thing I picked up is Spice Lip Pencil from MAC. I have been using this pencil non-stop since I bought it. It's such a good color. I don't know what took me so long to buy it. I think I felt it was like too warm and too brown, but it's actually a really nice pinky peachy brown, and it goes so nicely with nudes. So any nude that I have that I felt I couldn't really wear, or if I went with a pink lip liner, it looked too pink. When I put this on, it looked so pretty. I was wearing this at the beginning of the video with a lipstick that I will show you in a bit. It's such a nice color. I'd highly recommend it if you have my skin tone, or even if you're like fairer or darker than me. It will look really nice on you. It's such a good color. And the lipstick I wore with it is the Colourpop Luxe lipstick in the color Layover. I can't put this one down. It's such a pretty color. It goes so nicely with everything that I wear. It's like the perfect pinky peachy nudie color. It looks so nice and natural on my lip. I wear it all the time. I wear it in the daytime, I wear it in the evening. It looks so good. And paired with Spice lip liner, it's just such a nice combination. I really like these Luxe lipsticks. I'll probably get some more because they're so comparable to high-end lipsticks. They're easy to put on, they're comfortable to wear, they're easy to reapply, and they just stay a long time as well. It's not like at the drugstore where you can get some lipsticks and they can dry out a tiny bit. These are so smooth and creamy. They're so similar to MAC lipstick for like less than half the price. It's crazy. The next lip color I got is the Stunner Lip Paint in Uncuffed. I have been wanting to buy this for so long, but I didn't buy it because online it looks a bit cooler and darker for my skin tone, but I've got it on my lips today and it looks so natural, like a natural paint that my lips would be. It looks so pretty. And then I just topped it off with the Fenty Gloss Bomb, which I love, as you guys already know. I love this formula. When I first got the red Stunner Lip Paint, what's it called? Uncensored, I was like, this would look so good in a pinky natural color. I love the formula of these so much. They're so liquidy, but they dry down matte. They're not too dry of a matte. They're just like a really nice, comfortable matte. I think they're quite similar to the Huda Beauty kind of texture. The consistency is really thin, but this one I think is a bit more runnier, but not to say in a bad way. It's just so good. If you like pinky mauvey colors, then you'd love this one. Look at it, it's just settled down so nicely. Next, I picked up a few products from Maybelline. I picked up the Super Stay Matte Ink Liquid Lipsticks and the Color Sensational. Yeah, Color Sensational lipstick. So these two, the matte lipsticks, are really, really pretty. First of all, I love Maybelline formula. It's so good. And now the drugstore have started coming out with colors that brown people can wear as nudes. It's about time. But one is slightly pinky and one is like slightly browny color. This one here is number 65 in Seductress, and this one is number 70 in Amazonian. They're just such nice nudes for our skin tone. I'm really, really excited that drugstores have started coming out with more and more colors like this. It's been really hard because most of the time they come out with something which is a bit too beige or a bit too light pink, and it doesn't really work with our skin tone. It basically makes our lips look really down and we look like a bit of a corpse, but not anymore. This Color Sensational lipstick in the color Coffee Craze, number 740. This is kind of like a beigey nude, but it's so sheer that it doesn't wash you out. Look at this one, it's such a nice color. What I would normally do is I'd put it on the center of my lips, or any color that I think is too aggressive and I just want to beige them out a tiny bit, and it basically nudes out your lips a tiny bit and it makes it look so neutral. This is definitely something that you can top your lipstick up with and get that look. Next, I picked up another one of these. This is the Desi and Katie liquid lipstick in my main. I freaking love this. This color is so pretty. I'm going to show you the one that I've already got open. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's here. It's like one of my favorite nudes ever. And that's saying a lot because I have a lot of nude colors. I'll put it here. It's got the perfect amount of brown, the perfect amount of peach, the perfect amount of pink in there. Even though I don't like wearing lipsticks without a lip liner, I wear this without a lip liner and it looks so pretty. It's one of my favorite colors ever that I had to go and buy another one. This one sits in my bag and I wear it all the time. I get asked so often what I'm wearing, and 90% of the time at the moment it's gonna be this one. I was wearing this one on the lips in one of my recent Instagram pictures, which I will leave up here, with the lilac eyes, and I got so many messages from people saying how much they love that look, and that was the lip in that look. It just looks so good, and I was wearing it with Spice lip liner, so it goes really nicely with that. I'd say the best to last. If you know what this is, then you know makeup. This is the Lisa Eldridge lip trio bundle that she released. So Lisa Eldridge is one of my favorite makeup artists in the world. She's so inspirational. I just love everything about her. I followed her work for so long. I really love what she's about. She's got her own channel as well, which I will link up here if you're interested. I've learned so much from her channel as well. But she came out with 3 red lipsticks. I love them so much, but I'm scared to use them. I haven't used any of them. They're just so nice to look at. She came out with 3 colors: Velvet Ribbon, Velvet Morning, and Velvet Jazz. So Velvet Morning is actually like a more orange toned one. Velvet Ribbon is a red toned one, and Velvet Jazz is more like a deep berry kind of toned one. Look at this. It just looks like pure gold. It's so pretty. It's got her logo on the top. I don't know if you can see it. And then it's got like a magnetic clip as well. It's such a beautiful design. And she basically designed these because she made velvet lips, I believe, out of velvet. She wanted to create that texture in a lipstick. So that's what she went created here. And if you can see, it's such a beautiful color. It's velvet orangey red on the top. It's got like a little bit of shine for the pad where you put your lip. It's just so pretty. It looks like velvet. Wow. She's described it as a comfortable matte velvet texture. And then there's Velvet Ribbon, which is more like a neutral classic red style. It's such a pretty color. I think this is the one that I would normally go for when I wear red lipstick. Yeah, it's got like a hint of like a bluey tone to it. Wow, look at that. And then there's Velvet Jazz, which is like a deep winey berry kind of color. But she's done really well with these colors. Ooh, look at that. Wow, it's so nice. I'm so glad I picked up all three. I wanted to support her because I really admire her work and I just love what she's about. I love everything that she does. Can't wait to start using them. They're such pretty colours. Well, that is the end of the haul, guys. If you have any of the products that I mentioned, please let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, the button is down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! It's got some really nice ingredients. It's got vitamin A. Where's it going, bitch? I'm going to do this in the order that I do my base. So my base, my skincare, my base, and then my eyes. I'm going to be doing this in the order that I do my base. So my skincare, my base, and I'm going to be doing this in the way I'm going to... What is it called? Magic. There, I can't speak today.